Hey everyone, and welcome to Chasing Growth. Today I want to talk about growth and why growth is so important. Growth is so important because when we grow, when we get better, people around us get better. We all have this influence. We have this influence that can be used to change people's trajectory to a better future, to a better place. And when we're not aware of this influence and that we need to get better, we can be actually doing this and influencing people for a bad direction, for a bad trajectory. So that's why it's so important to get better. And I believe we have to get better in 4 areas in our life that I believe they're the base of any growth that we can have. And those are spiritually, mentally, physically, and socially. And some of you may be very good, for example, physically. You may be working out already, you may be advanced on that, but you struggle with the other 3 or with the other 2, etc. But I want to help you to identify them, to start with a plan that is simple enough so you can start growing in those areas. So first, spiritually. Many people is intimidated by the idea of growing spiritually because they think that is the job of the pastor. They think that's the job of the Sunday school teacher. But spirituality is very important. We are spiritual beings. We have been designed to be spiritual. And if you're not growing spiritual, it's like you are missing a part of you. You're missing a part of your body. You have to grow spiritually. And some people is intimidated for this because they think if they haven't been in a Christian college or they haven't gone to a place to study the Bible specifically, they're not capable to do it by themselves. But you can. And the way you can start is starting very small. Let me tell you, years ago, I started praying every morning. I was intimidated, maybe like you, I was intimidated by the spiritual growth. So I was afraid to do it, but I started praying every day, every morning, 5 minutes. Today, those 5 minutes have turned into 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and way more. So I just want to ask you to start very simple. So to grow in your spiritual life, set a goal that you can do daily. For example, read a Bible verse every day and pray. That's it. It may take 5 minutes. The key is consistency. Find a goal that is very simple. Maybe read 1 page of the Bible every day. Maybe just pray for 5 minutes every time you wake up. Simple goals, nothing big. The key is consistency. And I guarantee you that if you continue that consistency, you continue repeating this for a period of year or 2, you will see how your spiritual life grow. Believe me, it will grow. Okay, second, mentally. You want to be growing mentally. You want to be growing learning. You want to become better in different areas. So you have to be learning something every day. Now, how you do this? You can do it. Today we have so much access, there's so much information, and it looks like there's so much that we don't do anything. So what can you be learning today? For example, let's say you like to work with your hands. Well, you can watch videos on YouTube how to build things, and you can learn to do those things and put it to practice. You can watch a video every day. There's 5 minutes, 10-minute videos, whatever. You can watch it and keep learning. You can, let's say you want to learn a different language because you want to go to a country. It's available. You can do that. You can practice in your car. You can download an app where you can learn another language. The key is, again, set up a very small goal, maybe 5 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes to practicing another language every day. At the end of the day, at the end of a year, for example, you have so many hours that you have been able to practice another language, and probably you're going to be able to speak pretty decently another language. But the key is to start, and to start small. Physically, this is the one that everybody struggles with because everybody want to lose 30 pounds. Everyone want to look so good so fast, and that's not real. That doesn't exist. You have to put the work. And what is the problem? You're intimidated, or you start too big. You sign up for a membership in a gym. You start going every day for the first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then you crash. You hit a wall, and you don't want to know anything, or you get hurt. So physically, set up a small goal. Maybe you're a couch potato. You don't move too much. Well, maybe start with just walking 5 minutes a day. Maybe start with running a quarter of a mile. It doesn't matter. Just start very small, but make sure that you do it every day. It can be something that, for example, when it's about physical, you got to think about your eating habits. Maybe stop eating chips. That's me. It's my problem. I fight that. but I try to eat less chips every day, less potato chips. As fun as it sounds, it's a battle for me, maybe a battle for you. What is the goal? Not eat that many chips every day. Go days without chips, and it's every day, and you can repeat it. Working out for me, for example, it used to be a challenge because I used to go too far, too hard, and I will get hurt and I will hit that wall. Right now, what I do, I work out every day, sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, but I know it happened every day because it started with 15 minutes a day. And there's so many apps that you can use. There's Workit, the different apps that you can download that can help you to work out, that you can repeat the exercise. There's some workouts that last 15 minutes or 7 minutes, and it can be ideal for you at least to start. And again, I'm talking to the people who are trying to start in these different areas. Socially, when it's about socially, what I'm referring to is about relationships. How are you in your relationships? Are you growing in those relationships? Are you a good friend? Are you a good person that have contacts and have influence over people? So in these days with the COVID-19, you may be very lonely. There's a lot of people who's lonely, a lot of people who's not going anywhere. So what about maintaining those relationships, making a phone call every day? You can choose as a goal, as a daily goal, to call every day to somebody you know and see how they're doing. You can choose to call everyone and say thank you to somebody every day for what they're doing. Let's say you're a leader and you have a business, or you have a team, or you have a group of people who's under you. You're a pastor, and you can start, if you're a pastor, for example, and you start calling each member every day one time, you at the end of the year, you may be called 365 people, and you don't know how far that phone call will go. And you can grow in those relationships, you can grow in the knowledge of the people. And again, it can be a simple goal as calling every day to somebody. The fact that you start doing that, you start caring for people, that's always come back to you in the same way. They will be caring for you. So the 4 areas that I believe you have to start growing is physically, mentally, spiritually, and socially. And each one of them, you have to start with a small goal that you can do every day. Don't worry about the result. Don't worry about what's going to happen. Don't worry you're going to achieve the great goal or whatever. Just worry about doing it every day. There's some people who start with very small steps. For spiritually, as soon as you wake up, you pray by your bed. Mentally, listen to a podcast every day to learn something. Physically, go for a walk every day, 5 minutes to 10 minutes. Socially, talk with somebody every day. Call somebody. Send a thank you note every day. Simple goals that you can achieve every day. When you start doing that, you will see how those things start changing your life. Finally, if you set these goals, I want you to put in a paper, print it, put in a place in your house that you can see them all the time, that you can see these goals on your refrigerator, on your mirror, in some place where you can see it every day and you're reminded to do it. Because out of sight, out of mind, you have to keep it right in front of you. And I tell you, after a year or 2 years doing this, keeping that consistency, that repetition, you will see changes in your life. I hope this video helped you. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. You also can find Chasing Growth on podcasts, and you can find us everywhere where podcasts are available. God bless you. Have a great week.